الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر بأسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا. حمدا لمستحق الحمد وملهمه ومنشئ الخلق ومعدمه ومبطل الباطل ومدمغه. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له أظهر دينه على الدين كله، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ابتعثه الله وأذى الضلالة قد بلغ الزبا فساد واديها فطم على قري القرى. أما بعد, welcome back to Nectrous of the Cave, the secret of this chapter, Surah Al-Kahf. The verses of the day, by the permission of Allah, will be from 21 to 24, where we will recite with different and various way or modes of recitations, insha'Allah ta'ala. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكذلك أعثرنا عليهم ليعلموا أن وعد الله حق وأن الساعة لا ريب فيها إذ يتنازعون بينهم أمرهم فقالوا ابنوا عليهم بنيانا ربهم أعلم بهم قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وكذلك أعثرنا عليهم ليعلموا أن وعد الله حق وأن الساعة لا ريب فيها إذ يتنازعون بينهم أمرهم فقالوا ابنوا عليهم بنيانا ربهم أعلم بهم قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم ويقولون 5 سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون 7 وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا إلا أن يشاء الله واذكر ربك إذا نسيت وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي لأقرب من هذا رشدا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكذلك أعثرنا عليهم ليعلموا أن وعد الله حق وأن الساعة لا ريب فيها إذ يتنازعون بينهم أمرهم فقالوا ابنوا عليهم بنيانا ربهم أعلم بهم قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا سيقولون 3 رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون 5 سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون 7 وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا إلا أن يشاء الله واذكر ربك إذا نسيت وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي لأقرب من هذا رشدا بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وكذلك أعثرنا عليهم ليعلموا أن وعد الله حق وأن الساعة لا ريب فيها إذ يتنازعون بينهم أمرهم فقالوا ابنوا عليهم بنيانا ربهم أعلم بهم قال الذين غلبوا على أمرهم لنتخذن عليهم مسجدا سيقولون ثلاثة رابعهم كلبهم ويقولون خمسة سادسهم كلبهم رجما بالغيب ويقولون سبعة وثامنهم كلبهم قل ربي أعلم بعدتهم ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا ولا تستفت فيهم منهم أحدا ولا تقولن لشيء إني فاعل ذلك غدا إلا أن يشاء الله واذكر ربك إذا نسيت وقل عسى أن يهديني ربي لأقرب من هذا رشدا. The verses that you heard with major differences. Sometimes we drop a reciter purposely to go back and bring someone that agrees with him. For the most part, to capture the major differences. We see you back after our short break for explanation of those verses that you heard. Remain blessed. Wassalamu alaikum. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا. Welcome back to Nectarious of the Cave, the secret of the surah, just like nectar has its own secret. Almighty says in this chapter, exposing to the world His might, power, and strength and authority that cannot be contested, impeached, or challenged. The youth or the young men did not want people to discover them. Thus they said, إِنَّهُمْ إِن يَظْهَرُوا عَلَيْكُمْ يَرْجُمُوكُمْ أَوْ يُعِيدُوكُمْ فِي مِلَّتِهِمْ. Make sure when you search for the food, they will not discover us, because if they do, they will stone us. So they didn't want people to discover them. But Allah had decided opposite of that and otherwise. So a believer, you may want Allah to do something for you. You may want Allah to do a specific things. But He will do something that in general, to you based on your limited knowledge, to us based on our clueless of His wisdom, we may say why this or why that. Just like people today, why this disease or virus that is bringing problems in the world? Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has the wisdom. So He said, thus we made people to discover the youth. Subhanallah. وَكَذَلِكَ أَعْثَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ لِيَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ. For them to know that the promise of Allah is true. Allah promises to take care of those who are at His service. And never will He deny His slave what He had promised him. So Almighty says, وَكَذَلِكَ أَعْثَرْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ لِيَعْلَمُوا أَنَّ وَعْدَ اللَّهِ حَقٌّ وَأَنَّ السَّاعَةَ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهَا. For them to know that the promise of Allah is true and that the hour, the last day, there is no doubt about it, it is coming. إِذْ يَتَنَازَعُونَ بَيْنَهُمْ أَمْرَهُمْ. When among themselves they start to dispute about their own affairs. Okay, those people, Where did they came from? Or where did they come from? What did they do? All of this, they themselves, they are in the state of shock. Because when someone went to buy the food for them, they saw the coin that, look, you using currency that we don't even know. Because when he gave the owner of the shop or the restaurant the money or the amount, he looked, hold on, we don't know this coin. This is not something that we know. This coin, we don't know it here, or this currency is not used. Because imagine, today if someone brings to you the currency of those people who lived 309 years ago, you may even think that this guy is a joker or he is a player, or this guy is, he lost it, he's insane. So that's how they were exposed, that the currency, everybody came who looking at them. Look at what happened. These people, where did they come from? Who are they? So everybody now is talking about them, just like Muslims today in the world. Because of the faith and the blessings of this religion, everybody may look at you, but do not be bothered. Because the youth, everybody came trying to find out, who are they? My sister, with your own hijab. That is your zina. That is your adornment. Do not say, because I'm wearing hijab, and people in US, people in UK, Australia, people in the Western Hemisphere, they're looking at me funny. No, they will look at you funny, but you are the civilized one. Because those youth, when people looked at them funny, to Allah, they were civilized. A person with his own beard, a person with his own attire, a person with his own appearance, do not allow people to shame you when you know that is something that is pleasing to Allah. So Allah said we did that so that we will expose the miracle. So when Allah exposed the miracle, everybody knows about them now. Allah said, those who discover them, they said, لَنَتَّخِذَنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ مَسْجِدًا. Now we will take their spot as a place of worship, because this is a miracle. If these individuals, Almighty will save them and protect them after this long years. This, archaeologists may say, this is a nice fossil for us to keep. Go to museum today. When you go to museums today, you may not even find some things that are that old. Something 50 years ago, they say this is really old. Something 100 years ago, they say it's old. Even in America, we know that, our nation, founded what? 250 years ago? Now, if our presidents will come back, they will say, okay, what type of life are you living? It's different. And this is just a few years back. So those people for this long. So when Allah talked about them, He gave us the gist. We will build the masjid because of their own what? Righteousness. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us another segment of understanding when it comes to their story. He said, when it comes to the number of how many they were, when it comes to how many those young men were in numbers. سَيَقُولُونَ ثَلَاثَةٌ رَابِعُهُمْ. Some people may say, those youth, أصحاب الكهف, the people of the cave, their number was ثلاثة, only 3. رابعهم كلبهم, their fourth is their dog, or their dog being the fourth. 3, their dog being the fourth. So only 3 people, the fourth is the dog. وَيَقُولُونَ خَمْسَةٌ سَادِسُهُمْ. And another segment of people, fraction of people, group of people will say they were 5. The dog being the 6th. 5 people, 1 dog. Combine 6 altogether in the cave. So how many opinions now? 2. ثَلَاثَةٌ رَابِعُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. They were 3. The 4th made them to be what? To be 4. وَيَقُولُونَ خَمْسَةٌ. Others may say they are 5. Number 6 is the dog. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said the first opinion and the second opinion both are rajaman bil ghayb. They just guess randomly. They are not authentic. And then after that Allah said وَيَقُولُونَ سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ. And others say that they are actually 7. Their number 8 is the dog. So the 8th is the dog. 7 in number, people, 7 people, 1 dog, 8 altogether in the cave. When Allah mentioned this, He did not say Rajaman bil Ghaib, He left it as that. That indicates that this is the right opinion, that they were 7, the 8th was the dog. Why? Imam Shaykh al-Islam in Tafsir Ibn Kathir mentioned some benefits under this ayah. He said, as a scholar or person of knowledge, when you are asked about an equation or a problem or something, whether you are a math teacher, whether you are a scientist, whether you are a scholar, but here he meant scholar in the religion. When you are asked, and you know in the case there are a number of opinions, if you want to really teach people, mention all the statements, all the opinions. Imam al-Bukhari, this is his opinion. Or Imam Ahmad, this is his opinion. Or in Hanbaliya, this is the opinion. In Shafi'iyya, this is the opinion. In Malikiyya, this is the opinion. You bring all, if you know them. And then after that, you will choose the best opinion based on proofs and evidence. Not based on, no, I'm a Maliki, so that means Malikiyya is right. No. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He mentioned the first 2 opinions, He mentioned them, but He said they are wrong. And then He brought the last one that is authentic. So this is the fa'idah, meaning benefit, that Imam Ibn Kathir brought under this ayah. So in brief, they were 7 in number. People, the dog is the 8th of them all together in the cave. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says after that, when He says, وَيَقُولُونَ سَبْعَةٌ وَثَامِنُهُمْ كَلْبُهُمْ قُلْ رَبِّي أَعْلَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ. Say that Allah indeed knows their number. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala better knows how many they were. Even though the previous opinion was right, but Allah says, قُلْ رَبِّي أَعْلَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ. Say that Allah better knows their number. Why? Because no matter how knowledgeable you are and you know the issue from the back of your head and you know it 100%, when you finish, it's better to say Allah knows best because of this ayah. قُلْ رَبِّي أَعْلَمُ بِعِدَّتِهِمْ. And then Allah said, مَا يَعْلَمُهُمْ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. Nobody really knows their number except few. Ibn Abbas said, I'm one of those few. ما يعلمهم إلا قليل فلا تمار فيهم إلا مراء ظاهرا. Do not argue, do not enter in debates in regards to what those people did or how many they were or how long they stayed. Do not enter in argument. ولا تجلسا عند المجادل ساعة فعنه رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم في الزمان قد زجر. Meaning, do not sit with someone who always argue and loves to argue. Don't do that. And that's why Allah said, do not argue with people in this regard, except with the argument that is what? ظاهرة, beneficial. وَلَا تَسْتَفْتِ فِيهِمْ مِنْهُمْ أَحَدًا. And do not ask fatwa from any of them. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said. And that do not say anything that you will do tomorrow conclusively except that you say inshaAllah. This is the ayat. Remain blessed until we see you in our next lesson. Wassalamu alaikum khitaman wa abtida. الحمد لله الذي أنزل على عبده الكتاب ولم يجعل له عوجا قيما لينذر باسا شديدا من لدنه ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا حسنا